Hey everyone, hopefully you can hear me. I think I'm gonna change the background music. Just want some different sorry for in advance for my cat. She's out of pocket today. She's wanting all the attention, so she's joining us for this live. So we are going to start off with the community read. If you joined me for my live the week before last, I used my new Earth Moon Shadow Oracle, so I'm going to use that again. So as I shuffle the cards, just focus on the week behind, focus on the energy, focus on the things around you, whatever it is you need to hear. I think I'll pull 3 cards. It's kind of what I usually go for. So let's see, what is it as a community we need to know? So the first one here, we have, oh gosh. Oh, okay, treachery. So this card is treachery. This is all about betrayal, mistrust, and deception. So I feel like you've had a lot of energy around you where you feel like you can no longer trust the things that are being presented to you. You can't trust the people that are around you. Maybe you feel like you're just not able to trust a lot of things in the world right now. And feeling like how perhaps maybe, your eyes are being open. So maybe you're no longer being deceived, but you're now realizing that you have been deceived for a while. Let's see what other energy is around us as a community. So keep focusing as I shuffle. Let's see what we have. This card is Summer Fire. This is passion, creativity, and desire. And then look at the I know, Luna. Look at the contrast between these 2 cards. So I feel like this is the energy that is surrounding you, and this is the energy that we're going to have to start to invite in. So this is what you should leave behind as the stuff you reflect on from the week behind. And as we enter the weekend, enter and invite this energy, this passion, this period of creativity where you feel like you can be a little more free and just sort of bask in the sun and allow yourself to be more open. So let's see one more. Let's do one more card and then we will get started with the cue. And Batty, I'm so sad you're crying so much. That's not fun. Hopefully this is something that is about to be behind you. Let's see, one more card. We have Awakening. Oh, I love how everything has paired together. So Awakening, this card's keywords are epiphany, enlightenment, higher calling. So it seems like these 2 cards are in contrast with each other, right? This is what you're leaving behind. This is the what you're hoping to get to, but it's going to require some like an aha moment for you. There's going to be a moment that makes everything very clear. And I think what it will do is highlight the things that no longer serve you while also highlighting the things that benefit you. So there's going to be this balance of give and take and, release and receive kind of thing happening. So I feel like maybe as a community, and if this is something that resonates with you, this means you're kind of in this period of transition, and transition can be very hard. It can be very stressful. So just know that even though this is a stressful period, you are still on a good path. So just to reiterate, we have treachery, we have oh my gosh, I forgot this card already. Summer Fire, and then Awakening. So if you're the type of person that likes to journal your stuff and like your readings, if you do readings or get readings frequently, go ahead and journal them down. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set these off to the side and get started with the queue. Let me read off who I have in the queue, and if you don't hear your name, then just use !join to enter the queue. I have Batty, Fatima, and Laura TW. So if Sandy and Venosa, I know you used join and it didn't seem to capture that, so just use exclamation point join to enter the queue. All right. I know. My little helper here has a lot to say. All right, I'm gonna get this deck all warmed up. Up first, we have Batty. Go ahead, put your question in the queue while I am shuffling the cards. I think I'm gonna lose my helper here. She's scared of the shuffle. Let's see. All right. Scarlett, try that one more time. All right, you want to know, Batty, if you will be vindicated from the code violation problem you're in. So let's see. So remember, guys, I do one card readings from the chat if you'd like a more in-depth reading along with an oracle card. Then just use my tip link in the description. There we go. Got you in, Scarlett. All right, let's see, Batty. Will you be vindicated from the code violation problem you're in? Will you be vindicated? Let's see what we have here. Oh, we have the tower for you. So, I would say that you probably won't. You probably won't be vindicated. But I think that one of the things we often forget about the tower, even though this is a period of upheaval and stress and a lot of changes, you're being broken down back to the foundation of things. So this is going to open you up to a period where you can start to build back up. That's never an easy or happy process. Well, I won't say it's never easy and never happy, but a lot of times it's a really sudden thing. You're not prepared for it. So it's not necessarily the easiest process to go through. So, but that being said, if you, and sorry, like, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is a new deck. So it's a little new to me looking at the imagery and stuff. But yeah, so this is your tower moment, Batty, and obviously you can feel this moment. I know you were saying earlier you were crying and stuff, but after the tower we have the stars, and that is where hope starts to enter. So I will say that, you know, while you're in this really turbulent, very stormy and rocky position, it's probably not going to necessarily go in the way that you want it to, because sudden changes rarely do. But if you are able to get yourself out of that mindset, realize like, hey, this opens you up for other opportunities, I recommend, you know, kind of thinking along those lines. So that way, whenever an opportunity comes, you're in a mindset to accept it. So I do wish you a lot of luck. I know that's so stressful. And I can only imagine how shocked you were, you know, not expecting something like that. You're very welcome, Batty. Up next we have Fatima. Let's see. Let's see if he will make a move. Will he make a move towards Fatima? Bye, Luna. My helper left. So we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I don't think so. This person is probably a little stubborn, very slow to take any kind of action, very unwilling to take much of any kind of action. So I really don't see this happening. The Queen of Pentacles, well, Pentacles in general is a slower, more like rooted kind of not kind of, but suit of cards. And the queens, they're usually the more like emotionally aware, but In reverse, this Queen of Pentacles is really stubborn, very headstrong, and they're just not they're not willing to do a lot of things that don't serve them. So I don't see this happening anytime soon. Not and I will say, I will also caveat that a Queen of Pentacles reverse kind of person, if they do make a move, it's self-serving. So even if they did, it wouldn't be for anything beneficial for you. All right. I think, let me see. Let me scroll up real quick. Venosa, if you're still in the chat, for some reason the queue didn't pick you up. So, but I know you were right after Fatima. So if you're still hanging out, go ahead, put your question in the chat. You're welcome, Fatima. And then after Venosa, I have Laura and Scarlett. So while I wait for a second, this is actually a deck that I just kickstarted. This is the Marikai Tarot second edition. It kind of reminds me of the Light Seers Tarot. If you're familiar with tarot, you'll have to let me know, guys, what you think of it. I'm totally digging it right now. All right, Laura, go ahead, put your question in the chat. But I'm really liking, I'm not much of a green person, but I'm liking this greenish teal here. It's a little washed out with this camera, but. All right, Laura, let's see. Will your person find a job in the next 3 months? So do you want to know if your person will find a job in the next 3 months, or do you want to know if he will propose? Because those are two different questions. So just let me know which one you like. Okay. All right. Let's see if Laura's person will find a job in the next 3 months. Will they find a job in the next 3 months? Let's see. Oh, we have Justice. So yeah, Justice is a maybe card, but I'm assuming. So I'm going to just describe everything. And if they're doing all these things, then you can take this as a yes. Justice suggests that you are going to get back what you have been giving. So if this person has been, zhuzhing out their resume, I'm going to say recipe, their resume, if they have been applying, if they've been getting interviews or, going to interviews, that kind of thing. If they've been putting in the work to get a job, then I would say that this is looking very positive for the next 3 months, because this is definitely more of, you give to the universe gives back kind of thing. But if they have not been putting in the effort, then that's a no. So this is sort of a maybe card based off of what they've been doing. I will say, though, with this card being sort of in flux, that means that if they haven't quite been doing what they need to be doing, this is a sign that they still have a chance to figure something out, so that way they can get a job in the next 3 months. So this is actually a really cool card because, nothing's really set in stone yet. Hey, 585, 585. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Scarlett, you are up next. Sandy, no, you don't have to. If you want to, you can just do a general energy for me. I would love that. Yeah, 585. Just use exclamation point join. You see it right here. To enter the queue, and I will pull a card for you. Laura, you're welcome. Good luck. Sandy, did you want a card? I realized you didn't enter the queue, so just let me know. And Scarlett, if you are still hanging out, go ahead, put your question in the chat. Oops, I didn't realize my mouse was on screen. I have a new setup. For those of you that are familiar, I have a new mat here that I just got. So all my proportions are a little weird. um, 5 at 5. I think Scarlett is out. So go ahead, put your question in the chat. And just again, for anybody curious, this is my Earth, Moon, and Shadow Oracle. And then this is the Maracai Tarot 2nd edition. Sure, you can ask. You just want to know if they're lying to you? You can always be a little more specific if you want, like lying to you about X, Y, or Z, or just lying in general. Just let me know so I know what to focus on when I pull the cards. Okay, let's see. Oops. There we go. All right, so let's see if is this person lying to be in a relationship. Are they lying? Six of Pentacles, no, I don't think so. Six of Pentacles is actually a pretty generous card. If anything, maybe they are overextending themselves and it's coming off as like weird energy because I don't know if this person comes off as like a people pleaser or anything like that. But sometimes when you give too much of yourself to too many people, you end up doing weird things by mistake because you just don't have the bandwidth to process. So yeah, the Six of Pentacles is a pretty happy card, pretty generous, and this generally really rooted energy despite sometimes being a little too give and take. Yeah. If I don't think they're being intentionally weird. I think they probably don't know how to say no and don't know how to manage their own bandwidth with other people. So I don't think there's anything you're doing. I don't think there's anything you can really do about it other than maybe recognize that they're people pleasing, I guess is a good way to say it, and maybe see if you can like tell them like, hey, it's okay to say no to things, that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't see any maliciousness in this at all. Hey, Virgo senpai, good evening. So I definitely wouldn't worry too much about it. 5 at 5. What I would worry is like, if you guys are friends or have been friends for a while, I'd worry that they're going to burn out, but otherwise I wouldn't worry about them being malicious. But yeah, people, I have some friends that are people pleasers, and that always ends up happening. And I can tell because they start to get weird that they are reaching like the end of their rope, but don't know how to get more rope. Virgo, would you like a reading? I'm doing 1-card pulls for from the chat and multi-card readings from any tips. Yeah, you're totally welcome. What question do you have? Oh, Knight of Cups. I like that. Passionate yet still compassionate as well. Compassionate, passionate. I think the Knight of Cups is a good energy to embody while giving other people readings. A little bit of that fire energy, a little bit of that empathy with the Cups energy. Just a general reading about your love life? I can do that. General readings are a little hard to encompass with one card, but I can kind of just get an overall energy and we can, you know, give you an idea. All right. So just an overall energy for Virgo Senpai's love life. Let's see. We have Judgment in reverse. So this is like saying Judgment upright is usually like the card of like reckoning and renewal, but in reverse there's this air of self-doubt. Oh gosh, Luna. Feeling like you are maybe feeling rejected or like you're going to be rejected. And because of that, you don't make any moves. So even if you're like, maybe consciously you're like, oh, I want a love life and I want to start putting myself out there, but subconsciously you're worried about these things. So you end up sort of self-sabotaging by mistake. Sorry, let me pick up my cat. She's wilding right now. Come on. So, yeah, I think that with this Judgment in reverse, there's a little bit of self-reflection that has to happen. So just determine, what it is that is blocking you from accepting these advances or relationships or anything like that. Do you recognize moments where you feel like you're self-sabotaging or you're not allowing yourself to move forward? And this could be something internal that you've had for whatever, or it could be something external where like past relationships are causing this and it's like built up to this point where you can't let go of it anymore. Yeah, so if you're worrying about, basically I feel like that translates into feeling like you're going to be taken advantage of emotionally and mentally, maybe not like in a abusive kind of way, just more like in a toxic kind of way. And if you're worried about that, that's going to be hard to open up enough to invite people in. So this Judgment in reverse, a lot of things that I like to say in my readings is, find ways to flip that energy around. So find ways where you can feel like you are reborn, you have this rejuvenation, you feel like you have this freedom to go out there and put yourself out there. And that is not going to be without a lot of work, I'm sure. Oh my gosh, Pumpkin. Probably because I'm so bad at asking people to like my videos. I'm so bad at that. I know, Luna, you agree. You're welcome, Virgo. Hi, Miss Lovely. Hi, Pumpkin. How are you guys doing today? Let's see. Miss Lovely, go ahead, put your question in the chat. And I guess anybody listening, go ahead and like this video. Okay, Sandy. All right, let's get this. And then I'm going to get you, Miss Lovely. You guys have such fun usernames. Let's see, a card for the week for Sandy. Card for the week. Let's see what your card of the week is going to be. Or card for the week, I should say. Two of Wands in reverse. I feel like you might have some plans that you're gonna be, working out, plans to do just something maybe creative or just plans in general that aren't necessarily gonna work out in your favor. And it's not that it'll be a bad thing. I think that maybe other things will just come up and because of that you won't end up fulfilling those plans. Um so because I think too that In reverse too, I wonder if this means that you're taking on a little bit too much. So my warning for the week ahead would be careful what you're putting on your plate. Make sure you have the bandwidth to take on the things that you're taking on, because you don't want to, get a little overzealous with the things that you're accepting, because you could burn out very quickly. And you don't want to undermine all of the effort that you're putting in, you know. But I like this card. It's really pretty. Let me show you guys. And welcome to the queue. I feel like I missed someone. Sorry. uh, Antique Antenna. Welcome to the queue. Yeah, so here's your card. This is it upright. So I do say a lot, find ways to flip this energy upright, and this could be, like I was saying, making sure that you're taking on the things that you can take on. So this will require a little bit more focus and, like I said, planning. Don't over plan, just plan just enough. Luna, are you helping shuffle? Yeah. Okay, let me get your question, Miss Lovely. Yeah. Hope that helps, Sandy. Thank you for pulling a card for me as well. Okay, let's see how the marriage will be in the future. I'm glad you guys are reconciling, though. Yeah. Let's see how the marriage will be in the future. Start shuffling with a cat in your lap. She's very obnoxious. Hi, the match wins. Hopefully I read that properly. Let's see what we have here for you, Miss Lovely. Oh, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. I like this card for you. So the Queen of Cups, I feel like, this is, and not to sound cliche, but I feel like this time around, you will feel like you're being treated like a queen. And maybe, the first time around, you weren't quite feeling that way. The Queen of Cups is the most like intuitive and wise of the queens, the most emotionally in tune. It's all cups are the water sign, and then queens also embody water as well. So you have all of this water energy. So there is like this element of just the unconscious as well. So I feel a lot of your marriage is now going to be, instead of having to make these conscious efforts, you're going to feel like everything flows much more easily. And I like that. The whole like pun with water and flowing. I think things are just going to flow much better. And this card is just so lovely. You see this cup here too. It's almost like a new cup is blossoming. You see the flower, I guess it's, I don't know, looks like a lily to me. Or lotus, I should say. Maybe it's a lotus. But I feel like there is a new connection that is blossoming and growing, and it's like refilling a cup that maybe was empty for a while. So I feel like, going forward, there's going to be a lot of changes, and you're just overall going to start to feel better in the marriage. And I'm sure, when you feel better, you can do better, and vice versa. I know the Queen of Cups is lovely. I personally am a Queen of Wands kind of girl, or a Queen of Pentacles kind of girl, but I think in a question like this, Queen of Cups are like spot on. Thank you. I just opened these. I literally just did the box opening recording of these last night. So you guys are getting the sneak peek of this before I can actually release the full video of it. So I'm glad you're liking them. Let's see. Antique Antenna, you are up next, and then the match wins will be after that. You're so welcome, Miss Lovely. Thank you so much for joining me today. And feel free to hang out if you'd like to see more of the cards. And I may or may not do like a closing oracle reading. It depends how I feel at the end of it. But you guys, if you're listening or watching, whatever you're doing, make sure you like this video. It helps with the algorithm. Yeah. Scarlett, yeah, sure. I think you just go ahead, use exclamation point join, and it should re-add you. All right, Antique. Ooh. You just want to know about the week ahead. Let's see what the week ahead has in store for you. Week ahead for Antique. You're welcome. And for whatever reason, Matchwin, it didn't add you, but that's fine. I'm aware that you were in the queue. So this is the Emperor in reverse. I feel like this week is going to have maybe be a little chaotic. The Emperor is generally a card of like high structure. There's this structured fatherly figure when dealing with the Emperor, but in reverse, I feel like that means that you're probably going to have things that are, you know, a little chaotic, or it could be to the opposite spectrum where things feel so rigid that you don't feel in control of things, like you have no freedom to do the things that you need to do. So regardless, there's this lack of control that's going to be happening this week coming, and I think that you need to find ways where you can regain that control. And let me see, I'm going to peek at the bottom of the deck. I don't know necessarily that this has to do with work. This could just be ongoing energy from just in general, because the Emperor and then at the bottom here you have the Devil are two major arcana. So this might be energy that has been following you around for a while. You feel like maybe you don't have the freedom to do the things that you really want to do, but and that's making you feel a little powerless. So I think this might be following you around for a while, but the Devil also suggests that it's interesting because the Devil with this are very counterintuitive. So I feel like you're in this like tug of war of wanting more freedom and, you know, wanting these things but not being able to get it. So yeah, I think this next week might be a little bit of a toughie for you, especially if you're hoping to find more freedom to do things. You got to get the bank account fixed, so you're basically forced into financial strictness. That sucks, man. They really need to figure out, all of these scam things are just too much. They got to figure something out, because like between the texts, the emails, the calls, it's just people just can't escape these things anymore, and I'm so sorry that happened to you. Match wins. Go ahead, put your question in the chat. But I hope you're able to fix that, you know, to get that together sooner rather than later. Sandy, my favorite tarot card. I think that it would probably be a toss-up between the Empress, no, the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. I feel like those are with the Queen of Pentacles is a strong third. Those are the cards I associate most with myself. So when I see them in readings, I know that I need to look more closely at myself. All right. What's your favorite card, Sandy? And then anybody else who's a tarot reader, let me know what your favorite tarot cards are, or card, if you have a favorite. All right, let's see. What is on your Virgo friend's mind in terms of love? We have the Chariot. Oh, it seems like maybe they are searching for love. If you're hoping like with you, I didn't quite ask that, but I'm sorry, I realize I'm covering the card up. Um, I didn't quite ask that, but I do see a lot of movement and push towards romance. So I will kind of just leave that discernment to you in terms of how you meant that question to be. But just to answer, what was written here, the Chariot is a really energetic card. There's this air of victory as well. So perhaps if you guys have this like unspoken thing between you, then perhaps this is a sign that it will no longer be unspoken. But that time will tell. Um, I will say that the Chariot does warn sometimes of this of being a little controlling, so I would be careful, just keep an eye on that. I don't really get that vibe, I don't really see that in here. Yeah, I don't see that in here too much. So, yeah, I think this is a really cool card. I think that they are probably trying to put into motion some things and figuring stuff out and hoping that it goes well in regards to love. I hope that helps. All right, Scarlett, you are up next. Go ahead, put your question in chat. It's a really cool card. Never really interpreted the Chariot like that, but I like it. You're welcome. So after Chariot, I have Vendetta. And sorry, Vendetta, if I didn't like reach you. I feel like I might have missed that. I know we have what's coming up? The new moon? I think it's the new moon on Wednesday. Right before, if you're in the States, right before Thanksgiving. So, perfect time to welcome new blessings and new things into your lives right before the holidays. So, for those of us in the northern hemisphere, I guess that's the best that I know. New moon is on the 23rd, so next Wednesday. All right, Scarlett. Let's see. Are you going to be able to finish all your assignments on time? And then I will get you after um, Scarlet Vendetta. Let's see. These cards are still sticky. New cards can be so sticky. Let's see if you'll finish your assignments on time. Oh, goodness, Luna. Four of Swords. I would take this as a soft yes. And the reason I say soft yes is because this is not without like this is more so saying you need to refocus. So the Four Swords card is really about rest and rejuvenation, but in regards to the question that you asked, I think it's more so saying that you need to refocus and you need to refocus on the task at hand if you want to get it done on time. So I know you're saying you procrastinate and stuff like that, but this is saying if you get started right now, you should be able to get all of it done. But if you don't do this, then I would take this as a no. So the Four of Swords is definitely more of a nebulous card where it's neither strongly yes nor no. But I think that this is saying like you have time, but not a lot. So if you don't get on it, then it's gonna be a no. But I relate a lot as a professional procrastinator. Good luck though. All right, let's see. You're welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, Vendetta, let's see. What purpose does Victor represent in your life? Oh, I really like this question. It's very nice question. Ooh, goodness. You know what? I really like this question, so I'm going to pull 3 cards for you. Let's see. What purpose does Victor represent in your life? Oh, this moon card is so pretty. Oh my god. Okay. So we have here the Emperor. Let's see. I can't read anything upside down. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the moon. So I think that okay, Luna. I think that Victor is someone who is I think they're going to be someone who is around in your life for a while, and there's going to be a lot of growth that happens around them. So I mentioned earlier that the Emperor represents this like power figure, but they can also represent like a fatherly figure. I don't know if there's anything like I don't know what the dynamic is between you guys, but I feel like maybe they are a more mature person. There's someone that you are able to learn from, but also rely on and maybe feel safe and comfortable around them as well. Because, it has that, like I said, the fatherly figure. But I will say too that they can have a very domineering personality. So if that's something you're not used to, they can help you along that journey and kind of get used to those things. In the middle here, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this is maybe representing you, especially because it's kind of in the middle of this reading. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse is it's not a bad knight, they're just more of the like they really embrace this earth energy. They can be slow to do things, a little stagnant, sometimes a little lazy, very strong procrastinators. Um, they still have that desire to be creative and energetic, but they don't really put any action behind it. So it's kind of all like, I want to be this, but I don't do anything to actually be that. So I feel like and I like too that they're kind of both grazing animals in this. But I see that, this night, maybe you've been sort of stagnant for a while. You haven't really moved one direction or another. I think that Victor is going to be someone that helps you pull focus. He'll help you move on and push towards the things that you really want. And then we have the moon here, which, oh my God, this card is gorgeous. I like the moon card because this is the card of like your subconscious. So I think that I think Victor is really going to help you tap into feeling like you can start to move forward, going to help tap into your move, Luna. My God. Help tap into the like discovering the things. No, this is upright. The only thing in reverse is the Knight of Pentacles. So the moon is upright, Emperor is upright, and then the Knight of Pentacles is reversed. But I think that this is going to become a very intuitive learning process or journey for you, especially with this moon card. But what I really like too is that in this moon, it does reflect a lot of that Pisces energy, that water energy. So you kind of there's that element of healing in there as well, which might be healing whatever it is that is holding you from attacking the dreams that you want. I don't necessarily see anything romantic, but I see something very deep and long lasting. So just because it's not necessarily romantic now doesn't mean that it won't be. I think that it is less superficial than that, if that makes sense. Hopefully that does. So, and and one of the things too that I like to explain to people is as I'm describing a relationship, if it sounds like something that is romantic to you, then makes way more sense than, me thinking like, "Oh, I wouldn't be attracted to someone like that." You know what I mean? So, I tend to leave it more open so you can interpret characteristics how you feel instead of me putting those biases on you. So, thank you for following. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a really long-lasting relationship. I think that it's gonna be very deep, especially with this moon card here. So, you guys might relate more so on a deeper level in terms of like maybe even spirituality or whatever those kind of things you're into, religion, stuff like that. But yeah, I think that this is great. Like I said, I wouldn't, me not describing romantic things, I wouldn't take it too personally. I tend not to like to do that because, like I said, I like for you to hear the description and be like, "Oh, this person sounds amazing," that kind of thing. Sandy, yeah, that was a really nice reading. It was a good question, so I wanted to expand on it. Every once in a while, I'll pull an extra card. Oh, oops, sorry, just ignore that. Streamlabs is lagging behind. Aw, yay! Well, I that's definitely exciting. I feel like Victor is gonna be a really good, person in your life and someone that will be around for a while. I like that you said you're blushing. Well, why don't we start to wrap it up? And what I'm going to do is pull an oracle card specifically for the weekend. This is just going to be a one card community read that we can focus on, energy that we can take into the weekend with us. And as I shuffle, just focus on the weekend, the things that you want, the energies you want this weekend. Let's see. I definitely have the deck upside down. Oh, we have Show Moon, rest, recovery, and planning. I really like this card. I like all moon cards, but this I was even just mentioning that we have the new moon ahead of us this week. So this card is all about taking the time to slow down, take the time to plan out the things that you want. So maybe this weekend will be a weekend where you plan out the things that you want for the week ahead, or you could just take this time for some R&R. I feel like, especially with grind culture, we forget to take time for ourselves, to take time to sit and rest and basically recover. So this card is your reminder to do that for the weekend. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, I am Brittany, the Cosmic Lunar Soul. I am here on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern, but this Friday is a holiday, so I'm going to play it by ear and see what my family is doing because I want to spend time with them. So just make sure you're subscribed on my YouTube so you don't miss out on my next live stream, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.